So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy Ellen. I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. So listen, man, I don't really think people understand how dangerous birds can be. I think we underestimate birds because of their size. You know, we can say shoo or get out of here or jump at it or flinch at it and it'll, you know what I'm saying, fly away, move, go away quickly or see you approaching and move. But I don't think y'all understand how dangerous a bird can get, fam. I just don't think you do, fam. So I'm hoping this video is gonna be the video that kind of conveys that message. This one here is this bird will give you nightmares. And I ain't just talking about Jeepers Creepers, not that bird or whatever you want to call that thing that was in that field. I'm just talking about some stuff that we see or have seen flying around. All right, so we're gonna check this video out. Prepare yourself. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Join the fam, man. And I hope each and every one of y'all are being safe. You know, still want to send prayers out to Texas. I know it's been a rough day for y'all, you know, coming up towards the end of the school year. So definitely want to send love and out to Texas and to each and every one of y'all. All right, let's check this video out.
Look all that threatening, but don't be fooled. There are many on this planet who can cause an untold amount of pain and damage if they so desire, which means it's probably a good idea to memorize their faces, you know, just so that you know when you should get running. From a fierce rodent hunter to a bird capable of disembowelment, here's the 20 most dangerous birds on Earth.
So basically what he's saying is these birds be sparing some of us. You know what I'm saying? They don't do it because they be sparing us.
Number 20. Great Gray Owl. On the surface, it sounds like one of the most innocent and wise birds on the planet, but don't be fooled. The Great Gray Owl isn't some cartoon librarian. It's a pretty intense and borderline
To me, an owl is like the Exorcist, bro. He got yellow eyes. He got yellow eyes. You see the way that one looked up? And then his head just be turning around. The owl is an exorcist. Is the exorcist, the thing that's possessed. Yeah, that's the owl.
Unstoppable predator. Yeah, this bird will give you nightmares. Although, well, you probably don't have anything to worry about, unless you're a mouse. The Great Gray Owl is a large gray owl with dense fluffy plumage, long wings and tail, and a large head with no ear tufts. It's also the provincial bird emblem of Manitoba, Canada, if you're interested in that. This owl generally hunts in the morning or evening hours and is often spotted perched on poles or fence posts along roads. The owl waits for prey.
See what I mean? See what I mean, bro? Nah, man. Yeah, I don't even want to be up close and near an owl, bro. Yeah, he possessed.
From its perch, or can hunt within a few feet of the ground. When the ground is covered in snow, a great gray owl can hunt by hearing alone and will often plunge into the snow to capture small rodents moving underneath as far as 11.8 inches below the surface. The great gray owl, though very large, preys primarily on small rodents like voles and mice. So again, if you're not a tiny rodent, you probably don't have to worry too much. But still, isn't that wild?
Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now, or this centipede will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
Number 19. Cassowary. The name is so musical, so cute, that you could easily be fooled into thinking this bird is harmless or otherwise very sweet. Wrong. The southern cassowary is actually one of the most dangerous birds in the world. While most birds pose little to no threat to humans, the southern cassowary has been known to kill people. Southern cassowaries are large, flightless birds native to the tropical forests of Southeast Asia and Australia. They have been known to grow to around 6.5 feet tall and weigh up to 132 pounds.
He's just just walking. What did we ever do to him? He just looked like he walking around looking for trouble, looking for somebody to get after. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is he coming after you? He look like he's he's seeking trouble.
But their weight has nothing to do with their power. Southern cassowaries have built some seriously powerful legs. These birds have incredibly muscular legs that can pack an intensely powerful kick. It's not just a kick though. On the tips of their 3 toes lie some truly terrifying claws, talons measuring up to 5 inches. The cassowary can disembowel you with a kick from its razor-sharp claws. If the bird feels threatened or has been startled, it will come after you and make mincemeat of your internal organs. So if you have any hope of living a long and enjoyable life, don't anger the cassowary. Number 18. Red-tailed hawk.
Oh yeah.
Let me be very clear on this. Any bird of prey is inherently a dangerous bird, and you should almost definitely be trying to avoid them. That includes the red-tailed hawk, obviously, but I would hope you already know that hawks are dangerous. The red-tailed hawk is fiercely defensive about its territory. If you wander around its nesting area, they probably won't think twice about attacking ya, so it shouldn't come as a surprise to learn that these birds have killed an unthinkable number of small, curious pets, such as cats and dogs. Red-tailed hawks are willing and ready to attack almost every living animal on Earth. With powerful talons, they grab and carry off surprisingly large prey. The red-tailed hawk lives across many habitats, from deserts to grasslands and forests to urban areas, and the sheer fact that this bird is everywhere makes it a terrifying predator. The red-tailed hawk is a powerful predator. Unfortunately, its prey rarely has enough power to rival it. Have a moment of silence for the casualties who have had the misfortune to wander into this guy's territory. Truly one of the most unfortunate deaths. One day you're just a curious little pup, and the next, you're fighting against an unstoppable hawk. Number 17. Great Northern Loon. I once took great offense when people would call me a loon, thinking that they were trying to hurt me. As it turns out, they were just...
Never heard of a loon before, but anything that got the devil's eyes, I'll take y'all word for it. It's deadly. Look at the red eyes. Deadly.
naming me after a very dangerous and very intimidating bird, so I guess I should really go back and thank them for the compliment. The Great Northern Loon is a true giant of a bird, measuring up to 6 feet long, with a wingspan of up to 6 feet wide. But the Northern Loon's spear-like beak is more distinctive and makes it a more dangerous and formidable creature than its giant size. When attacking their unfortunate victims, these birds tend to focus primarily on the head and neck, causing severe and often fatal injuries. This is a bird you don't want to cross. While loons may be relatively big, they can reach speeds of up to 70 miles per hour if they get a good build-up, so good luck trying to escape that. Okay, so the Great Northern Loon isn't quite Roadrunner. Actually, it may be significantly worse. I mean, the Roadrunner is fast, but it's mostly annoying. This thing is huge, fast, and it always goes for the head. That's a combination to fear. Number 16. Seagulls. Why the heck are we putting seagulls, of all things, on a list of the most dangerous birds? I mean, they're seagulls. What? Are pigeons also some of the world's most terrifying birds? Well, yeah, but we're not talking about that right now. As it turns out, you probably should be cautious around seagulls. They're kind of fearless. Because people feed them, seagulls are no longer afraid of humans. They're bold and aggressive, willing to swoop down in close proximity to steal food. They have been known to kill a dog and tear a child's lip in the process of stealing food. One of these birds once tore several gashes into a man's head, causing him to suffer a severe head wound more than 40 stitches long. One incident even saw an 80-year-old man die of a heart attack after being mobbed by seagulls. Yeah, still think they're innocent. Society seems to think that seagulls are harmless little guys who just like to eat. But that's clearly not the whole story. They're intense, they're fearless, and they will stop at nothing to get what they want. I mean, I can relate to that when it comes to food. It does sound like me. Number 15. Harpy Eagle. Don't be fooled by the cutesy name. The harpy is not innocent. In fact, the Harpy Eagle is frequently called nature's greatest killing machine, and this claim is no exaggeration. This bird is quite literally a killing machine. The Harpy Eagle is well known for its formidable
Nature's greatest killing machine. This fool is like nicknamed almost Terminator. Like, are you serious?
talons, so large that their presence can strike fear into the hearts of even the most fearless humans. The feet of a female harpy eagle are as big as a human hand, each talon tipped with terrifyingly long claws. According to scientists who have studied harpy eagles, they are the largest talons of any eagle on Earth at an unbelievable 5 inches long. As if having talons isn't terrifying enough, those talons are powered by muscles that can lift animals of the same weight as them. Seriously, good luck not having nightmares about that. Harpy eagles may have a cute little name, but that's about all that's cute about it. Everything else is like a perfect recipe for pure terror and intimidation. And sure, while they may not have attacked or killed a human yet, it's really only a matter of time. You give an animal
See, that's what I be saying about snakes right there. People always going about, oh, this, it's harmless, not venomous, so we keep the pet snake. It just ain't got you yet. It's sizing you up.
talons like that and the strength to go with it, they're really just waiting for us to drop our guard. Number 14. Pituita. If there's one thing that unites humans all over the planet, it's food. And humans have been known to eat almost anything they can get their hands on, but, well, sometimes we have to learn lessons the hard way. It turns out that the hooded Pituita is not a very tasty bird. Spoiler alert, we found out the hard way. Known as one of Earth's only poisonous birds, the hooded Pituita is a medium-sized songbird native to New Guinea. The Pituita's skin, feathers, and tissues hide a range of batrachotoxin compounds, which deter predators and protect the bird from parasites. And of course, they leave you with a very upset stomach if you consume them. Yeah, death counts as an upset stomach now. I mean, it's technically food poisoning, right? The hooded Pituita was one of the first birds to be dubbed toxic and considered poisonous by early researchers, so just spare a thought for all of those researchers who lost their lives while eating, well, just about everything they had happened to find in the wild. To be honest, it's kind of a miracle at all that they survived longer than 3 minutes. I guess this is the perfect example of why you shouldn't just eat everything you find in the wild. I say that, but I know.
So imagine all of the civilizations before us, bro. Imagine them. You know, they had to learn trial by error. Can't eat that because somebody just passed away. And then how many people had to pass before you honed in and realized what it was? See, that's the crazy part about it.
I'll do it anyway. Number 13. Lammergeier. I don't want to downplay this next bird. The lammergeier is one of the most dangerous animals on our list, and honestly it may come as a surprise, but this bird of prey is not so much dangerous by choice as by its own clumsiness. Still, we're gonna try not to make it sound like Mr. Bean. Because bone marrow makes up around 90% of this bird's diet, the lammergeier has to find a way to access it, rather than exhaust itself by pecking at it. The lammergeier just drops it from a great height. smashing it into pieces. Unfortunately, that means it's very dangerous for any unthinking creature down below. If you get struck by a falling chunk of bone, you're gonna be confused. Yeah, but you're also going to be dead. What a way to go. I'll let you make your own bone jokes. Again, this bird is not clumsy like Mr. Bean. It knows what it's doing when it lets the bone go. It's just that there's no way for the bird to ensure that it won't collide with anything below, so it often does end up accidentally killing the living things going about their day-to-day business. Welcome to nature, my friends. It's truly a miracle that any of us are still alive. Number 12. Emu. The emu, the second largest bird in the world and one of the most dangerous. We're talking about birds that can run as fast as 30 miles per hour. When they're big and can run fast, that's when you should really be scared.
Emu. Ain't that a commercial? I don't know why that's playing in my head. Emu. Ain't that a commercial? Because I think that little jingle is stuck in my head right now. I can't remember.
Us tiny meatbags have no defenses against a hyper-fast giant bird. When agitated or otherwise threatened, emus are known to kick with their long three-toed feet, inflicting painful injuries on humans. Reports of emu attacks are surprisingly common, leading to a range of injuries in Australia and at parks, farms, and zoos around the world. In 2009 alone, over 100 reports of serious injuries caused by an emu were confirmed. This is why proper safety procedures are crucial when dealing with emus, and also just the general knowledge not to try to ride an emu if you—
Look, I ain't turning my back on no emu, and I'm definitely not like this fool in the video. Why is he on his back with his legs in the air towards these birds? I don't even know what he's trying to accomplish right now.
happen to encounter a female emu in the courtship season and are not quick to move on, be prepared to get kicked. Because the species is known to fight for access to mates, it's not uncommon to see a female willing to kick anybody and anything she sees. Although to be fair, there are females of all species more than willing to attack males for pretty much any reason whatsoever. Number 11. Barred owl. We've already established that owls are not the innocent, wise creatures we've been led to believe. In fact, they're among the most dangerous birds in the world because they're silent, deadly, and ruthless. I'll let you make your own jokes there. The barred owl is a large owl found all over North America, usually in forests and woodland. The most frightening thing about this species of owl is not the way it turns its head all the way around, although that is terrifying, but the fact that it is a master of stealth. In fact, barred owls are the silent birds of prey. While they are flying, they do not make a single sound, making it impossible for anybody to prepare for their assault. And yes, if these attackers get disturbed, they will attack. And as if this isn't bad enough, we have the issue of targeting. When a barred owl attacks, it attacks the head, using its incredibly sharp claws to cause as much pain as possible. As we explained earlier, if there's one thing that should make you nervous, it's if the bird goes for the head. That's a warning sign if ever there was one. Number 10.
But by then it's too late though, right? Right?
Warning sign if ever there was one. Number 10. Crowned eagle. The Lion King is apparently not based on a true story, but despite that, there are many animals out there who are pretty much close to being kings and queens in their own right. I mean, some of them even have the crown, right? The African crowned eagle is a 20-pound predator with a 6-foot wingspan and an aggressive personality. Admittedly, it does not have an actual crown, so disappointing. In its homeland, the crowned eagle is known as the leopard of the air because it loves attacking animals over 65 pounds. It also attacks and eats monkeys, dogs, and goats, basically anything it can fit in its claws. But perhaps most unnerving unnervingly, in 1924, a human child died after being attacked by a crowned eagle. Experts have since confirmed that these eagles have
So this eagle here has completely no fear. It's attacking things that well outweighs it. And it's still going at them. Successfully. Yeah.
been known to attack or eat human children. Experts say that this is the eagle you should fear most, which is quite a statement considering just how many eagles I'm generally terrified about. It's kind of getting hard to track at this point. Fortunately, the likelihood of finding an eagle in the middle of suburbia carrying off your child is pretty low, I hope. Number 9. Pelican. Pelicans, they're famous for their curious little gullets, but are they as cute and adorable as they first appear? The answer is an easy and pretty determined no. They're scary enough to terrify some kids anyway. In 2006, Londoners were shocked to see a great white pelican swallow a pigeonhole in front of some horrified kids at St. James Park, and while it may be amusing to think of just how unexpectedly horrific that school trip was, it's not an unusual sight. Pelicans have a taste for fish, but they're also known to hunt crustaceans, amphibians, turtles, and even other birds. If it can fit down their throats, it's a valid option to be eaten, but don't think it's as simple as merely eating and chewing. Once a pelican catches its prey, it tilts its head and contracts the muscles around the pouch to expel any water it may have accidentally consumed while catching the food. Usually, the pelican swallows its meal immediately after doing this. Just one last bit of misery for the poor prey. Honestly, any seabird can terrify an unsuspecting school trip and easily make it onto this list. But the truth behind that cute-looking gullet, well, that's infinitely scarier than any of us could have anticipated. Number 8. Shoebill Stork. We all have our favorite birds, don't we? Some people like owls, some like canaries, some like big...
Now, there's birds that you could just look at and just tell, like, this one here is not to be messed with. It's not to be played with on any level. You know, it's this one. You know, I swear I've seen this bird in Jurassic Park before.
Bird. For me, it may not be pretty or graceful, but the shoebill is arguably my favorite, and I can tell you why pretty easily. It looks like a psychotic Muppet. Do I have to say more? The shoebill averages 5 feet in height, with an 8-foot wingspan that could give a person nightmares, and yeah, it's as strange as it looks. Stranger, in fact. The shoebill has a unique tendency to stand motionless for...
Bro, you can't trust no bird that look like that. Look at that bird is definitely not trustworthy. Look, you better not never turn your back on this bird.
Hours, its huge bill pressed against its neck, if it happens to make eye contact with ya. You'll think the bird is about to murder you, and is there anything more terrifying than the idea of a Muppet somehow breaking free of the puppeteer and murdering you? I don't think so. Muppet murder isn't illegal yet. The Shoebill Stork is one of the most unique birds on the planet. Its enormous beak-like mouth makes it both adorable and formidable to behold, but again, the shoebill's behavior truly makes it stand out as one of the most curious and intimidating birds on the planet. This is not just a Muppet gone wild, it's a Muppet taken to the extreme. Number 7. Great Horned Owl. Owls are often considered among the wisest and gentlest animals, but they can actually be pretty dangerous. When they feel that their family, mates, or territory is being threatened, owls sometimes attack and cause serious injury or even death. That's rare, but some death certificates do indeed list death by owl as a real thing. Great horned owls are one of a handful of owls that have attacked and even killed humans. These owls live all over the Americas and can live for up to 28 years, so if you've ticked off an owl by accident in the last 27 years, well, don't think he's forgotten about it. The thing that makes owls so powerful is their grip strength. Their talons' clutching force is said to be as strong as the bite of a large guard dog. making it strong enough to maim or potentially kill its prey, and thanks to their habit of unexpectedly swooping without any sense of a warning, many humans find themselves as unsuspecting victims. Great horned owls more than live up to their intimidating, violent, and fiercely protective reputation, that coupled with the fact that they also have a long memory for holding grudges, is the main reason that these sinister owls make our list.
So that's who we get that from. A lot of us hold grudges. That's where it's the owl. Okay. Yeah, see, now y'all have an excuse. Say it wasn't. Blame it on the owl. You know what I mean?
Hard pass from me on owl sitting. Number 6. Sea Eagle. Now, we often talk about the existential dangers faced by many animals in our world, but some somehow manage to survive the impossible. The Steller sea eagle is one of Earth's largest raptors, found only in Russia and Japan. They should be considered a conservation success story, as they rebounded from near extinction. Seriously, the female Steller sea eagle can measure up to 7 feet long, weighing as much as 20 pounds, and have a wingspan of 40 inches, but while that's impressive enough, this eagle has the largest and strongest beak of any bird in the world. Steller sea eagles are carnivorous creatures that attack and eat fish, except when they randomly decide to feast on the vulnerable young of other animals. These intimidating animals have been known to attack and eat juvenile seals, presumably just for a challenge, but have never been known to attack humans. Yet. I mean, these things survived extinction, who's to say they're not feeling untouchable? The Steller sea eagle is apparently such a notorious predator that it inspired farmers in the UK to invent a whole new security system with laser beams, and honestly, if that isn't enough reason to consider them extremely dangerous, then I truly don't know what is. Number 5. Martial Eagle. Eagles are well known as one of the most dangerous animals.
Yeah, that's just too close to martial law. I know better than to play with this eagle.
On Earth. These are some of the most intimidating and frightening birds of prey anywhere on the planet, and one of them, the martial eagle, is probably scarier than any other, at least in Africa, and Africa is already so full of deadly animals that even that feels kinda like a miracle. The martial eagle is the largest eagle in Africa, with a wingspan of up to 8.5 feet. As one of the most brutal predators on the continent, this eagle is known to eat everything that it can catch. Including baboons, other birds, and even lions. But in their native habitat, they are punished for their aggression. Farmers, fed up with the eagle's attacks on their livestock, began shooting and poisoning them. As a result of this treatment, these magnificent birds are now extremely rare. Local animals are probably pretty grateful for that. These animals are raptors, and as a result, are rightfully feared by many in the wild. Given that they hunt much larger prey than themselves, it seems nothing really is off limits to these creatures. And come on, is there anything more intimidating and fear-inducing than a brutal predator who has no limits? Absolutely not. Number 4. Snowy Owl. Hedwig himself.
Okay, we get the picture now. All right, owls, stay away from them. Leave them alone, and you'll be safe, hopefully. All right? Like, we done had like 4 different owls on this video.
Yeah, Hedwig is a menace. What can I say? Harry Potter is a survivor. The snowy owl may look cute and harmless, and be a great way of transporting letters or whatever, but they absolutely should not be trusted. These animals are among the most dangerous birds on the planet if they're unhappy. I can relate to that. The snowy owl, typically peaceful and unaggressive, can become very aggressive when defending territory, its family, or itself, and it will take on predators or unfamiliar animals without hesitation. When it does that, better watch your face. The snowy owl prefers to attack by dive bombing its prey's head, and the bird will not let your size deter him if he thinks you are a threat. These things have been known to take on Arctic wolves. You are a small fry, my friends. Snowy owls are typically most aggressive during breeding season, but that's not the only time they're willing to fight. If it feels threatened or its privacy is being invaded, it will attack you without giving it a second thought. So, yeah, to clarify once again, Harry Potter was really a survivor of Hedwig's reign of terror. Just think how many times that poor kid got attacked. That scar on his head probably came from the owl. Number 3. Australian Magpie. Magpies have a pretty awful reputation. After all, they're constantly picking fights with other animals and just generally being jerks. The Australian magpie, however, is something else altogether. I guess you kinda have to be when you live in a country filled with hostile animals. The Australian magpie is unlike any other bird in the animal kingdom. It will go to great lengths to protect its nest and ensure that anyone who enters the surrounding area knows it. The only problem, they make those nests in residential areas. So if you're a small young person walking or biking alone in a residential area of Australia, there is a good chance that you will be attacked by a magpie. Have fun, kids! So yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that these guys are little jerks. But hey, why would the good Australian people just sit back and accept all this needless hostility aimed at them? Well, they don't. Cyclists have taken their own action in response to the magpie's attacks. They've worn helmets with spikes.
He attacked me if he wanted to. He gonna find himself on a barbecue grill. Play with me if you want to.
Attached a flagpole to the back of their bikes, and worn sunglasses on the back of their heads. All of these things have worked. Australia, it's a wild place, isn't it? Number 2. Mute Swan. Sorry, but swans suck. I have no interest in listening to anybody telling me they're misunderstood. They're jerks. Sure, they may be pretty or beautiful or whatever, but they're still little pains in the butt. Yeah, that's a polite way of saying it. Waterfowl are usually docile, but the mute swan is the most aggressive of them all, making it one of the most dangerous animals in the world. If they decide that another animal is in their way for whatever reason, they will attack, injure, and even kill it. This is all because they feel entitled to nesting or feeding grounds. At the core of the swan's philosophy is the importance of nesting and protecting their young, and if they feel their kids are threatened, they will retaliate with every ounce of force in their bodies. Understandable, yes, but jerks. I, for one, do not see swans as beautiful or graceful creatures. In fact, I'm going so far as to say that swans are jerks. I intend to prove this in my upcoming book on the subject, Lord of the Pond, How Swans Ruined the Animal Kingdom. I don't know when it's going to be released, but I'll be sure to leave a copy next to every pond I find.
I think it's the color, them being the color, like that bright, like white, like it makes it feel like it's safe. No, not hardly.
Number 1, Ostrich. Did you know that ostrich is the largest living bird on Earth? And while it may not be able to fly, don't go thinking you're safe. They could kill a human in seconds. Well...
You're not gonna run from it. Not even close to making it away from it.
We'll come back to that, but spoiler alert, it's not good for us humans. The ostrich can grow as tall as 6 feet and weigh up to 330 pounds. The ostrich is a capable animal that can reach a top speed of 43 miles an hour. So to answer your question, no, you wouldn't outrun an ostrich even if weight wasn't an issue.
Like, you're gonna run, he's gonna run beside you and just look at you like, you tired yet? And just keep running.
Sorry to break it to ya, but what makes the ostrich so deadly is its powerful kicking ability. The bird's legs have only 2 toes on each foot, but each talon can measure up to 4 inches long. A single kick from an ostrich can kill a lion, a human, or something else entirely. So my advice to you is to stay away from ostriches. Just good advice for life. Those of you who don't have any interest in staying away from ostriches are destined to get quite a surprise. But hey, that's entirely your choice. For everybody else out there, you can rest assured knowing your obituary will never say killed by an ostrich. That's kind of an achievement in itself, right? Which of these birds would you least like to encounter? Let us know in
Definitely not the ostrich. If one kick from it can kill a lion. Oh, no wonder I've never seen a lion go after an ostrich like that. There may be some videos out there. I just never seen it. But one kick? Bro, I did not know that. And it's because when you see people go on these safaris and stuff like that, you see them around ostriches and stuff like that. But I didn't know that. I didn't know people were taking their lives in their own hands like that. Straight up gambling. Straight up gambling. But yeah, man. Birds. Attack of the birds. These birds will give you nightmares, fam. Y'all be safe when you're out here exploring and you're trying to feed some of these birds that you think are friendly. Don't end up like old dude with the seagulls. All right? Y'all get at me in the comment section, man, and let me know what you think. Were y'all aware of this? Let me know. It's your boy L. Till the next one, I'm gone. Peace.